Good morning, everyone. Welcome to Embody Your True Essence with me, Ikue. It's Friday, July 12th, 2024. How you guys doing? Give me one word to describe your feelings today. Feelings are really high today. It's a master level of feeling day. So if you're like feeling very emotional, you're feeling triggered, you're not alone. So today is a day to sort of like observe your thoughts and your feelings and stay away from drama. How you guys feeling? So good to see you guys. Type in the comment where you guys are tuning from. So I was a little bit late to be on live today, but I normally have live at 8 o'clock. But I know everything is meant to be. How you guys feeling? I'm in Vancouver, Canada, and it's a blue sky. It's super nice. I mean, it's not super clear, but we all know why. But it's still a very nice, yeah, it's a nice feeling. Hi, everybody. Come on in. Do you guys have any questions? So if you're new to my channel, my name is Ikue. My name sounds like eco-friendly way, eco way. I was born and raised in Japan, and I've been a dancer, and I love moving and dancing. And I've been doing this human garage fascia maneuvers. Yes, thank you. Fascia maneuvers for almost 4 years, coming up to 4 years. My first class was in September 2020, and then yeah, I would love to have my morning coffee while looking at that. Yeah, yes, yeah. So I moved into this place in March. I think it's March, and then so it's still new, and I always lived in downtown Vancouver, but this is like the center of downtown. It's crazy, but it just happened that way. And what I like about this building is this is balcony, and the balcony is huge. I live in an apartment, and then this parking lot, so it's not blocking the view. So, and if you guys can see on the letter, I mean it's all reverse, but it says Vancouver's legendary penthouse nightclub. And if you guys never been to Vancouver, this right here in the letter in the center, which is legendary, as you can see, the legendary strippers club. It's a legendary strippers club, and it's a beautiful place. It's like if you go there, you see lots of like legendary celebrities and the pictures and the signature and stuff like that. So definitely a legendary place. Oh, I have of course, I have a lots of respect on us sex workers, and people get to do whatever they want in life, right? And as a dancer, I did have work with burlesque dancers, and I got to meet a couple of like porn stars, and then they were really comfortable themselves. I think there's something about them. It's like you know being like it's being able to ability to be seen for as they are is such a powerful thing. I think that's also to do with authenticity, but also like something about being okay to be seen, like, okay, look at me, this is my body. But it's just more about the intentions, because Vancouver has a new beach called Red Beach, and when you go there, everyone's naked. Like, do you feel uncomfortable about that, or like do you suddenly feel very sexual? Like it's natural, right? I think it's more about the intention. Also, growing up in Japan, I've been to many hot springs and onsen, and there everyone's naked. I mean, we're separated by gender, like male, female onsen, but at the same time, so you don't get to see the male and the different genders body, but at the same time, it's like, do I feel sexual? Not necessarily. I think it's more about the intention. But when you show up on stage as a burlesque dancer, or when you are showcasing, I think it's about the energy that it's like tells so much about what you are trying to present. So there's a lot of power in that. Yeah. Have you guys watched a movie called Burlesque? I do appreciate the beauty of the body, how you present. You know, I think it's our body's amazing. I think I know I have to admit that I do have a lot of shame around it because I came from a very conservative culture, and you know, something about sexuality, talking about digestive system, and you know, like we're all here, you know, something that I'm practicing. So yeah, yesterday I was teaching this in-person fascia maneuver classes. We were talking about bowel movement, and I appreciate the fact that my students are, you know, very open to talk about those things. But I definitely am the one that it's like it needs more opening on in that area. Yeah, but overall, how are you guys feeling? It's definitely the energy is really high today. We're in this Cancer season. I've been talking about the energy between the full moons, and we have two full moons in this Cancer season. We just had the beginning of, you know, Cancer season. We had the full moon in Capricorn, and we're gonna finish very strong with the full moon in Capricorn again. And so between these decision making, leadership type of strong energy, we have this big feeling of Cancer. And I am learning because I am one of the people that suppress some of the emotions lifetime after lifetime. So in this life, I am doing something differently. The only way for us to break the pattern, whatever patterns you take on from past life or from your childhood, we all have power to change. But in order for us to change, first of all, you need to calm yourselves down, right? When your body is in fear, fight or flight, then you know it's not going to happen. So it's very important that we continue to love ourselves and reduce our stress, manage inflammation, and move our fascia, because fascia. Yesterday, I came to realization. Yesterday, I do this live every day, but I had this realization, and I thought really powerful. We have energy. I was talking about the difference between emotions and feelings, and emotions are energy in motion. So it's just the energy that moving around, right? And then in terms of like this is good or bad emotions, like there's no such thing. It's emotion's emotion, but it does have a frequency, certain frequency, depending on the energy of the day, maybe the where the planet is, or you know, it could be the weather, but something or environmental effects affects that frequency of the energy. So when it comes, and then we are the antenna, and fascia is the antenna, it's a perceptional organ. So when the energy comes, it's kind of just like coming through me, and I have a filter, which I think is a layers of fascia, because we are always perceiving this fascia, this liquid crystal quartz is the fascia, it's the layers, it has 10 layers. And when you go through the layers of fascia, we are filtering the information. And when we don't let that emotions work through us, there's some blockages, let's say some adhesion, there's some stickiness in our fascia, the energy gets stuck in there because there's not much flow. So our job is to keep this crystal quartz. The reason why I say fascia being crystal quartz is fascia made of water and silica. So it's literally, do you know what made of water and silica in real life? Is this crystal quartz. I have this one, but I'm talking about this crystal quartz. So fascia is made of 70% water. So we are looking at this shiny liquid crystal quartz all over the body, and that's just mind-blowing itself. But it has 10 layers. It's a very intricate, complex structure all over our body. When the energy emotion comes in, we'll filter out and let them in and feel it out, so that we can understand what we want in life and know more, understand more about ourselves. When we go through here, and then we have a choice, maybe some, you know, some patterns, some matrix structure that we have, is maybe prompt to anger or prompt to feel certain emotions. And because we haven't worked through it, we haven't really had that right tools for it. And so when that energy comes or the event comes and you just hold on to it, it's like, oh, I'm feeling the negative emotions. But only way for us to work through it is to feel it out, acknowledge those feelings, and know that this feeling is also safe with me. Because feeling safe, acknowledgement, feeling secure, feeling this, creating space, holding space for those emotions are the key to let that emotion pass through faster as possible. So when the energy comes, you you feel those emotions in our filter. And some emotions are maybe heavier because we have blockages. So when we feel that emotions, first of all, acknowledge them and tell them those emotions are welcome. I used this example yesterday. This is our temple, or this is a hotel. And the energy comes, it's like, hello joy, hello anger, hello frustration, anxiety, and let them in, let them come. We don't discriminate, right? We don't discriminate. Everyone's welcome because all emotions are equal. There's no hierarchy. Now, emotion comes and we give them a bed, hold them, give them accommodation. It's like, I accommodate you, you're welcome here, I am safe with you, and you're safe with me. And I love that when I work with clients and, teaching classes. And it's like, okay, let's establish a connection with fascia. First of all, you need to ask for permission. Can I touch you? Even though this is your body, but treat it with respect. So can I touch you? And then when you touch it, and it's a dance, it's a connection, it needs to be built. So same thing when you work with someone, can I touch you? It's a permission that you ask. And then, yes, it's an answer. So then there's a dance, right? So in terms of emotions, we're establishing an emotion, establishing a relationship, healthy relationship with all emotions. So that energy comes, energy emotion comes, like hello, hello, different type of frequency, right? Hello, excitement, hello, sorrow, hello, trigger. Trigger maybe not be the emotions, but the all emotions comes. And when the emotion comes and we welcome them, we accommodate them, we maybe we can choose to feed them, right? Like literally give them food if we like that feeling. But if the negative emotion comes, maybe we don't have to feed them. We just give them a bed. Bed and breakfast, but bed, but not breakfast. And maybe some emotions, I don't know. Oh, I'm learning that part of myself. Maybe I should give bed and breakfast to negative emotions too in my hotel. In my sacred temple, where emotions can stay, right? So the emotion can stay and then maybe stay there overnight, or it could be just maybe 5 minutes, right? Like it's like in and out, right? But emotion just there. Maybe some emotions like to stay longer because they need comfort, they need acknowledgement, they need attention, and then I pay attention. But some emotions just come, whew, like a flash, like a blink, and it's like, oh, okay, that was really fast. I'll see you soon, right? I love that. So I'm the hotel accommodation of all emotions. Good morning, hi Lee. And then so emotion comes and I accommodate them, and then emotion leaves and next emotion comes and I accommodate them, right? So, and my job is to hold that space and keep cleaning the space, hotel, so that our emotions feel safe enough to stay and work through and process and feel the comfort and relief and then leave. And the difference between emotions and feelings is that this is how my interpretation that I kind of had yesterday. Emotions are already there, energy emotions. when the energy emotion hits the layer, hits the filter of fascia, go through that filter, and we perceive those emotions as a sensation first, right? And the sensations, depending, this is our perception. So the perception go through the filter, the emotion go through the filter of perception, and now this sensation becomes the feeling. And how you perceive the feeling, it's up to the cleanliness, purity of the fascia. And the more adhesion, more blockages you have inside of your fascia, then it's the energy won't go through. So those energy tend to stay in our body because it doesn't filter. It's like it has like a stagnant energy. So, but our job is to move that flow, move that water. When we move the water, those emotions let it pass through. When we have a body with more restrictions and that specific torque pattern, then those emotions tend to stay in particular spot in our body. Some people like to maybe stay in the shoulders more. Some people like to stay like, you know, hold them around the hips. Right now, my body is giving me a lot of clues in my hips. And it's like, wow, what's happening in my legs? And I'm like realizing like what's happening. But I never really felt that way, or maybe my brain was not able to maybe perceive that. And now I'm ready. Maybe that's why things are coming up in a way that's coming up. How do you achieve this in the moment? I'm struggling with not showing my emotions or reaction. I wear my feelings on my sleeve, and I want to keep them to myself and process them internally. And that's one of the reasons why I'm not attacking you. I'm just saying maybe that's one of the reasons why it got us that got us where we are. And I do resonate very, deeply with that comment. And so how do you achieve in a moment? I think it's practice of processing emotions in real time. Because if you don't express that in real time, you're just gonna power them up, and that becomes a pattern because you're practicing the pattern. So in order for us to do something, to break the top pattern, it's to do something different, right? So if we are used to piling that emotions, then you gotta practice unpiling the emotions, which means express emotions in real time. But also we need to know when to express, because you want to express those emotions in a safe place. So that being said, maybe you want to release that emotion by talking to someone in a safe way, or maybe journal. But you need to create some time to process those emotions. Otherwise, the emotions that are not processed properly, it's gonna be stored. It's like, hello, anger, I'm the accommodation. Secret temple, here I am. And the emotion comes, and it's like, oh, hello, anger, how long would you like to stay? And it's like, okay, 3 days. Okay, sure. 3 days, that's really long. Okay, now, how long would you like to stay, anger? Hopefully 1 hour, but I might stay longer. Right? So it comes. And I guess it's up to us. I think that emotion needs a certain time of acknowledgement. Maybe time is really irrelevant, but emotion needs acknowledgement and a full attention of processing emotions. Okay, so emotion needs proper time to assess, to process. But if you don't give enough comfort, accommodation, hold space, like I'm the accommodation, I'm the hotel, I'm the sacred temple, every emotion is welcome here. People get to come and stay here. But the amount of time that they stay depending on how clean this temple is, because how clean, how pure, how just, comfortable this accommodation is, as soon as that hotel guest which are our emotions, felt comfortable and being able to recharge itself, then leave right away. But if you don't give them enough comfort place and attention and hospitality, those emotion needs more time to process, so will tend to stay longer. I love that. So in order for us to process those emotions faster is to keep that temple clean, first of all, and give them enough security, enough comfort time for them to charge, It's like a battery, right? Come to the hotel, and first of all, you have your phone, so you got to charge your phone when you get to the hotel room. And then maybe open the curtain and enjoy the view. And it's like, okay, this is outside. This is what it looks like from inside. And then maybe eat some food and drink some drink and maybe watch TV. And then you rest and you sleep. And it's like, thank you. Thank you for the space. I was able to charge. And this is very comfortable. So come again. And then as a hotel manager, we don't discriminate. Maybe some emotions are maybe more volatile, do something for our body, but then this is our job. We welcome every guest. But we can also set the boundaries, tell the emotion what to do and what not to do, right? And then there's that. And so the key is not how long the emotion can stay in our body. The key is how fast we can give those emotions. We can feed them, we can give them bed, and we can give them good time. And once they charge fully, they leave our body, they leave our hotel. So just to practice that, emotions come and go. Some emotion like to stay longer. Sometimes because of the energy of the day, some emotions goes really quickly. Some emotion like to stay longer. But when they stay longer, it has a meaning. Maybe depending on what Venus is doing or what Pluto is doing. But by working through that emotions, staying inside of our body a little longer, we were able to process some of the trauma that we weren't able to process before. Yeah. So like today, I've been talking so much about emotions because it has a lot of power in it. And today is emotions are, I'm just going to read Serious Joy, ruling the day today. In a sea of emotions, you may have many old feelings come out for release and healing in this 24-hour period. The key is to be loving, compassionate, and shelter yourself from bad vibes. Venus has moved into Leo today at 0 degrees. This opens a gateway to repress self-love issues. When you put the two together, you may go through a personal rite of passage where you release the final hidden emotional incidents that hold you back from serious joy. With the moon crossing Black Moon Lilith, fields of self-abandon may clear. So every time you go against your heart desire, for me, I feel like a little ding, like a little heartache. Do you guys ever feel that? If you say something that against your heart, that against what you want, like I literally feel my heart shrinks. Like, that's not what I want, but I will say this anyways, right? And so I'm practicing that, but also I'm go beyond that. Like instead of judging those feelings, and it's like, oh, this is where I need to change the pattern. Like I feel that my heart is shrinking, but it's like I say something different. But I'm also accepting that part of myself too, because I tend to think this pattern is unlovable, and that's why people don't like me, and that's a pattern that I have. So I'm saying this, and my brain is rushing in fear and saying things that I don't really mean at this moment, and my heart is shrinking. But at the same time, it's like, just let it go. You know, I get emotional because it's important for me, and that's something that I'm working through. It's okay, I feel this way. I'm gonna love myself anyways. It's hard for me because I never got to practice. I had to learn the coping mechanism for these type of feelings because I had to survive. I mean, maybe in my childhood, I had to survive in my past life. So that's why we need to be extra compassionate with ourselves. I think it's easy way to process emotion is to just welcome all those feelings without judgment. Just welcome. You are safe with me, I'm safe with you. And that's a very powerful place. Same with when I work with clients. You are safe with me, I am safe with you. Establish the connection. So we are establishing the connection with our emotions. I don't discriminate. I eat all my emotions. I feed them very well. Because when I feed them very well, in a safe way, in a safe space, when they recharge themselves, they leave. I know that they will leave. This shall too pass, right? So that's a powerful place because once filtering those emotions are so, it takes work, right? And takes energy. But I know that energy comes and emotion comes, and I'm filtering now with my layers of fascia, and this sensation now becomes a feeling. And the feeling it perceived as, okay, this is joy, this is excitement. And when I have more blockages, I tend to perceive negatively. So it's like, oh, this is anger, it doesn't feel good, this is frustrating, this is kind of embarrassment. I'm condemning myself, I am almost abandoning myself. But I have to stop right there. Emotions to emotion. There's no good or bad emotion to it. I don't need to feel negative about it. I don't need to feel negative about feeling that emotions. It's maybe true. This person is a bitch. The situation is a bitch. Why do you need to suppress that part of you? Because as soon as you suppress that feeling, because feelings are valid, you're feeling that, you're catching that antenna, using the antenna. As soon as you block the emotion, you're blocking the inspiration, right? Definitely feel it, exactly. So might as well welcome all emotions. I mean, emotions come anyways. There's no blockages, there's no filter, there's nothing to protect. So emotion comes and filter it in our body, whole body, and then sensation becomes a feeling. And then we get to dance with the emotions. We dance, process. You're safe with me, let's dance together. You want to sleep? Okay, yeah, let's sleep. Okay, you want to eat? Let's eat. Depending on the emotion, they give you clues of what they want. So give them what they want, right? So we are the accommodation, we're the sacred temple. We hold space for all emotion because those are our VIP guests. So give them what they want. Oh, you want to go swim? Let's swim. You want to go dance? Okay, let's dance. You want to sleep? You want to eat? You want to scream? Let's do it, right? And so give emotion what they want, and then emotions are become very grateful for us. Thank you. You're the best hotel we ever stayed. We'll come again. And then they leave. And then next day, the next guest comes. There's a lot of different type of guests. Some are more colorful. Some are a little bit darker, right? Some doesn't like to speak. But it's like, I welcome them. I welcome all the emotions. These are my guests. And be your guest. Be my guest. And accommodate them. So when you once open that side of us, I think we get to really find the security in those emotions, because it's not that negative emotions are bad. It's just the fact that we discriminate and judge those feelings so that those emotions don't feel safe. Because they don't feel safe, they started to act out in our body in this accumulation. So give them enough space to process, give them in safe space, acknowledge them. You are safe with me, I am safe with you. So there's that. Thank you, emotions, for coming here, because without emotions, I can't operate my sacred temple. Because of you, I can operate and circular, like the flow, the currency is flow. It's the money, the energy. Thank you, emotions. As long as we live on earth, there's constant flow of emotions, and it's just a fate. You can't change that. So we're holding space for those emotions. And it's a yin and yang relationship. And what's that word? It's a give and receive relationship. I can exist thanks to the emotions. Emotions also alive because I feed them, but I'm also being fed by those emotions. And so I don't exist. This hotel accommodation, sacred temple, do not exist without the emotions. Because without the guest, there's no me. So thank you, emotions, for being the best guest. And I'll be the best accommodation for those emotions to come. And we dance the feeling, and I will give you the most best hospitality. I like that. Wow. This conversation is so powerful. I need this. Yeah, thank you, Lee. Thank you guys for being here. I really love what I'm saying. Am I receiving such a powerful message? Thank you. So that's something that we can all embody. This, after all, this show is about embody your true essence. We are embodying what is true. Instead of just preaching, we learn how to embody them and then take action on it. And again, energy like today is about the emotion. So it's so funny. Every time I pick a card, and oracle cards are like that in general. Any cards, signs everywhere, oracle cards that you pick is perfect. And as you acknowledge that power, it's just more spot on the cards that I pick will be. Anyways, in this emotional day, of course I pick this. Stay away from drama today. Stay away from drama today. I'm gonna read. Do yourself a favor and stay away from drama today. It's easy to get sucked into the chaos of others through the ever-changing landscape of social media. If you've been finding yourself in comparison syndrome or surrounded by negativity, it's time to step away and take a detox from drama. Empaths are especially sensitive to negativity, and drama is an energy drainer. To protect your energy, you must spend a long time to regenerate your energy and protect your boundaries. You can spend time in nature to restore your connection to vital life force energy, soak in a hot Epsom salt bath, or get quiet in a relaxing meditation. Whatever is available to you now, it's important you take a little #you time today. Drama show up in our lives in many different ways, from social media to the TV shows we consume to the people we surround ourselves with. Because we are constantly being bombarded by the thoughts and opinions of others, it can easily become overwhelming if we don't know how to disconnect from drama. So I like that concept of accommodation, sacred temple concept, that we don't discriminate guests. All emotions are welcome. They are my VIP. And sometimes uh, there are some emotional guests that frequent VIP, and some emotions are less frequent VIP, right? But all emotions are welcome, and it's okay to have preferences of our guests, right? Oh, this guest is such a great guest, and they always like greet me and always meet me with smile, and it just makes me feel so good. But we also in our life need to deal with some interesting guests. That's why it's never a dull moment in this Casa Ikue, Casa de Ikue. And and sometimes I haven't seen some of the guests for a while. Maybe emotional day like today. What are the emotions do you think it will come up? Some old patterns of emotions. Maybe like resentment, right? Like randomly remember like some random stuff from 10 years ago. That is like, oh, there you are. I haven't seen you for a while, but you welcome them, right? And you welcome them, and you just feed them. Maybe like you don't have to feed them if they're not hungry, right? So I think it's like we need to go with a more flowy structure. We are the accommodation. We are the Casa de Ikue, Casa de your name. Insert your name, and ask the guest what it wants. Do you want to sleep? Do you want a quiet space? Or do you want a party time, right? Do you want to have a pool party? Or do you want to have maybe quiet time? And because I know that our brain can perceive three things at a time, let's say three things at a time. We have a whole list of things, right? Maybe we have a guest list of emotions. And we can't accommodate everyone. So maybe, and then, you can probably feel that mixture of emotions like excitement. You can have a mixture of emotions like maybe like excitement and anxiety. But I think in general, we can process one emotion at the same time. So I will say, okay, here's joy. Hi, what do you want? Okay, joy left. Okay, there is sadness come here. It's like walking like this. And then, okay, hi, sadness. What do you want? Oh, I just want to cry. So you cry together, right? And then as soon as that emotions felt recharged, they leave. And here comes another emotions. So the constant flow. I like that. So you don't have to accommodate all emotions at the same time. I mean, there's no way, right? If you guys haven't watched Inside Out, I love talking about the emotions. And so Inside Out, one movie, feature 5 basic emotions: joy, sadness, fear, disgust, anger. And if you watch Inside Out 2, they add some new emotions because when Riley, the main character, in their head, so the emotions work with Riley. And when you go through puberty and you have more complex emotions like anxiety, envy, embarrassment, burden, and then maybe as we get older, you have nostalgia. And those are the new emotions that were added in the movie. And but there are more, tons of layers of emotions, and we accommodate them. We have our preferences, but we don't discriminate. Yeah, here's that. Yeah, it's okay to have preferences. It's okay to feel your emotions, and it's okay to be biased. It's okay to be biased, but then when it comes to the guest, just like hospitality industry, maybe you can be bitchy sometimes to those emotions, but you accommodate them. You give them what they want, right? And it's okay to have preference, but we don't discriminate. We don't block them because emotions come. If you block those emotions, they really want to come and they give a rest at our Casa de Ikue. So that voice becomes heavier and heavier around us. and then we can't hold the shield anymore, and it comes and goes, and then once it comes and then break the shield, it's like you feel those emotions all at once in like 3 days. And that's not the healthy way of feeling those emotions. So become the filter. We are the filter already. So become the cleanest filter and accommodation, so that we have this constant flow. If you guys go to my story, I encourage you guys to watch this video that I share. I think there was studies that they had this special camera to examine the color of emotions. And I don't know how much of it's true, but I'm saying that the point of this video was they were able to identify, I think based on the color that maybe the aura, like the camera perceives the aura or something, they were able to identify all kinds of emotions, anger to joy and all kinds of emotions. And can you guys guess what the highest emotion, what's the highest frequency of all overall? Can you guys guess? Type in the comment if you can guess. Highest emotion of all. It's not really the emotion highest. So there's the energy, and we tend to think, based on that Dr. David Hawkins power versus force. I've shown you guys that chart many times. I'll show you map of consciousness. And this map shows like the lowest frequency to highest frequency. So you can see lowest frequencies are like, I mean, in reverse, it's so hard to read. I'm just going to read. But shame, guilt, apathy, grief, those are like considered lower frequency. Into neutral frequency, like acceptance, neutrality, courage, willingness. And a higher frequency will be like joy, peace, enlightenment. But I think its emotions is not about this is good and this is bad, this is low and high, but there is no judgment in that. Low frequency is also equally important as the higher frequency. So it's about the structure, but it's not about the hierarchy, if that makes sense. So all emotion, but also if you don't like this measurement, you can see this measurement as this, like shrink and expansion. And it's okay to shrink too. It means something, but also doesn't feel good. And here comes the preference, here comes the bias. But we don't discriminate, but choose to live in the moment and expand. And the answer to the highest emotion is, I don't know why, but it's not even an emotion. I'm going to type it in. The answer is authenticity. So authenticity was the highest frequency of it all, higher than and stronger than love. And that means something. What that means is that we all judge our emotions and filter using our filter, right? And when that energy comes, we filter it with our fascia, and the sensation becomes a feeling. And the filter, we are all constantly filtering out. When the light comes, white is all white. When you go through the filter, and it creates the spectrum and becomes a rainbow. Some got yellow, some are red, and some are purple. And those are frequency, and we tend to perceive a certain emotion as anger. Maybe the red is the anger. Okay, when I feel blue emotions, and I tend to feel sadness, things like that. But those are like the spectrum of the one light. So this becomes dim. The light is dim, so that we can see those layers of emotions, all aspects of ourselves, all sides of ourselves. But when you combine them all, becomes the light. So this is the strongest. And this is the authenticity, because there is no filter, right? These are the, if you don't have the filter, let your heart open and perceives everything and accept all emotion as they come and welcoming them without discriminating them. It's okay to have preferences. So as like, oh, I feel angry, I'm just gonna express like this, I'm gonna talk like this without suppressing them, without judging them, even though I taught to be polite all the time. But now I'm learning it's okay for me to be angry if I get frustrated. That's the authenticity, and show up as we are. And authenticity, I feel, is also to do with not also to do with loving the unloving part of ourselves. Because I notice about myself as having a Capricorn side with the decision-making leadership type of feeling. I think I have caged myself to not to feel certain emotions as a leader. Oh, I need to be strong and I need to not to feel this type of emotions. Or because I'm a leader, decision maker, I am not letting these emotions affect me, control me. But that just creates more control. So what I'm learning right now is it's okay. It's safe for me to be seen. It's safe for me to feel every emotions. It's safe for me. That's why the word safe, safety, means so much to me. I giving myself the safe accommodation for the energy to rest in my body, and that energy, in order for the energy to rest inside of me, they need to become emotions. So that emotions stay there and I don't judge them. I may judge them. It's okay for me to judge them. It's okay for me to have preferences. But I don't give them what they need. I'll give them what they need. So that I get to be, my goal is to become as authentic as I go. Authentic. Because I don't filter anymore. So it becomes a white light, because everything is a spectrum of that one light. Is white, right? Think about rainbow. So filtering out without filtering them out becomes a light, and that is the authenticity. And if the more we embody that, then we just enjoy the shower of emotions all the time. Shower emotion, this white light all over our place. We become the light. We are able to become the light only when we are able to love the most unlovable part of ourselves that we think that unlovable. Because that's a judgment. That's where we didn't know how to love. So it becomes the absence of light. And that's why it becomes a shadow. And that's become the negativity and darkness. So accepting all sensations, whether that's a pain, whether that's an itchiness, thank you. You are safe with me. I am safe with you. This pain not going to do anything for me. I take up the fear because I know these emotions and working through me. It's helping me. It's a yin and yang relationship. I give what these emotions want. Maybe this emotion needs food. This emotion needs accommodation. This emotion needs to swim. And I give them an action to feed them. And in return, what I get is, what do I get? I learn more about myself, and I get to keep operating the sacred temple, because without the emotions of guests, without the guests of emotions, I can't operate. I can't operate this accommodation. So we become the light, appreciating all spectrum of ourselves, all side of ourselves, without judgment. I mean, you can judge, again, I'm repeating myself. I'm finding better words. Accepting all part of ourselves and accepting them. You are safe with me. I am safe with you. Let's dance together. Let's dance our emotions together. And that constant practice of emotions. You are safe with me. I am safe with you. You are safe with me. I am safe with you. So that you can feel completely safe in your body. So that you can completely feel safe to live on earth. Whatever happening outside, it doesn't matter because you know that it's safe. You are safe. You are safe and protected. Yeah, that was so powerful. I'm definitely gonna post this, and I'm going to post this on YouTube too. Do you guys have any questions before I go? After all, today is Friday. It's Friday, and if you live in North Hemisphere, it's summer. It's nice. It's gonna get hot. I would love to swim in the ocean if we can, if I can today. I hope you guys have a great morning, afternoon, and evening wherever you are. Let's dance with our emotions and be the best accommodator, best hotel accommodator in this Casa de insert your name, Casa de Ikue. So yeah, we're all learning to be the better accommodator with those emotions. Welcome them without discriminating them. And I hope you guys have a great weekend. And I hope to see you on Monday at 8 a.m. PST. Oh, before I go, we just announced Human Garage. We have online facial facelift class coming. I'm teaching on Saturday, August 3rd, 9 to 10:30 a.m. PST. So if you guys go to my post, you can find it. I would love to see you. Oh, there's a question. So is authenticity telling someone who has a crush on that you had a dream about them last night? Yes, of course. Yes, of course. Yeah. That's really, dreams are funny. All the old friends come, show up in my life, and it's like, oh, what was the point of that? But I think we're all processing a lot in our subconscious and breaking that pattern, processing the pattern that we could not process at the time. After all, we all learning to love ourselves and breaking the pattern of self-abandonment. Everything you see, everything you experience in this life is about you and is a projection of you, what's happening inside of us. So let's just stop projecting and stop being projected, but we can't control that. So let's just stay clean in our filter and keep our sacred temple a better place and better place, and so that we feel comfortable, we feel safe, but people feel safe with you. And yeah, so let's just work on that. Thank you guys, and I hope to see you soon. Bye.